The Final Fantasy IX crossover event for Ever Crisis is yet another piece of evidence that supports the Final Fantasy IX Remake rumor. This rumor began with the Nvidia GeForce leak a couple years ago. So many games on that list have either been released or confirmed at this point. While there's still a good chunk of games that have yet to be released or officially announced, this leak is proving to be one of the more credible video game leaks in recent history. Let's take a look at some of the more convincing pieces of information we have so far that supports the existence of the long-rumored Final Fantasy IX Remake. And guys, for all future Final Fantasy updates, theories, and other content, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out. Let's start off by looking at the new crossover event in Ever Crisis. While it doesn't exactly confirm the Final Fantasy IX Remake is happening, I just want to point out they could have done a crossover with any other game. Final Fantasy 16, for instance, is still fairly new and has some DLC releasing in the near future. Final Fantasy 14 also has Dawn Trail coming out. They could have promoted their other games, but instead they decided to do a crossover with Final Fantasy 9. The question is, why Final Fantasy 9? Why not 6, 8, or 10, or any of the others? During the event, it looks like we'll get to face off with the Black Waltzes and experience a new original story. There are some new weapons and gear inspired by the characters of Final Fantasy 9 as well. To me, this seems like a good opportunity to subtly show off some Final Fantasy 9 Remake assets. Some of the assets we've seen in Ever Crisis will surely be used in Rebirth, so I don't think it's outside the realm of possibilities for Square Enix to use Final Fantasy IX Remake assets for an event in Ever Crisis. It's sort of a similar situation to both Crisis Core Reunion and Ever Crisis using assets from Final Fantasy VII Remake. The next piece of evidence comes from an industry insider, Jeff Grub. He made a statement a while back that Final Fantasy IX Remake is indeed real, but since then, fans have been spreading incorrect information about the game, such as the combat using an ATB turn-based system. Jeff Grubb was merely speculating what a Final Fantasy IX Remake would look like. He basically said he didn't believe it would be to the scale of Final Fantasy VII Remake. It would be more similar to Crisis Core Reunion. Unfortunately, some fans and other outlets took his speculation as fact and ran with it. Jeff Grubb set the record straight on Twitter by once again confirming it is real, but nothing more. The final piece of evidence comes from Yoshinori Kitase himself. At the beginning of the year, he said, "There's also another big announcement unrelated to Final Fantasy VII that I can't say anything about just yet. Rest assured, we're working hard to make sure 2023 is the most exciting year yet." With 2023 coming to a close, there's little time to officially reveal the Final Fantasy IX Remake. A lot of fans speculated the big announcement was probably Final Fantasy XIV's Dawn Trail, which it very well could have been. But if I'm being honest, I don't think that was the big announcement. It seems a little odd to me that Kitase would be teasing an announcement for Final Fantasy XIV. Creative Business Unit 3 is responsible for Final Fantasy XIV, but Kitase is the head of Creative Business Unit 1, which is responsible for all other mainline Final Fantasy games with the exception of Final Fantasy XVI. The 2023 Game Awards will be a perfect time to finally reveal the long-rumored Final Fantasy IX Remake. I think it's likely we'll see a new trailer for Rebirth alongside the Final Fantasy IX Remake reveal to end the year with a bang. Most fans thought Square Enix wouldn't show off Rebirth until Final Fantasy XVI released, but Square Enix proved them all wrong at Summer Game Fest. I think we're in a similar situation and will absolutely see Final Fantasy IX Remake at the Game Awards despite Rebirth not releasing until February. I don't think it's a matter of if the Final Fantasy IX Remake exists, but a matter of when Square Enix will officially announce it. With the new Ever Crisis crossover beginning November 9th and the Game Awards taking place 1 month later on December 7th, it's a perfect time to tease the remake in Ever Crisis right before its official reveal at the Game Awards. Once Rebirth finally releases in February, they'll start marketing with more trailers and other info. And because I think this game has been in development for quite some time now, if I had to guess, I think we'll get a release date of November 2025, just in time for the 25th anniversary. Although I'd love to get my hands on it a year earlier in November 2024. Either way, I think we're all in for a treat once we finally see the official reveal. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.